Just over a circuit of the track to go here for this win, whatever the result with BetAngel Handicap. They're off and running.
Betting in play on sports is now a huge business. It wasn't something that was available when bookmakers were around, but since the dawn of betting exchanges, you've been able to bet in play on football, on tennis, on cricket, on horse racing, on a whole variety of sports. But ever since in-play betting was created, there's always been a race to get the fastest possible pictures of each of these individual events. And we are now in a new dawn all of a sudden with this type of thing and the technology available, where all of a sudden people are using all sorts of measures to get the fastest possible feed. Yes, what we're seeing very often now are stories about drones and people using drones to get fast pictures to be able to bet and beat people who don't have access to those sort of pitches.
Just to say, if you are an in-running punter, and it's important that people do get told these kind of things, there are currently 4 drones that we can see up here at Bath. You've got 2 of them in picture right now. They go shooting up within about a minute of the off time and they go down shortly after the race.
However, we have a major announcement with BetAngel that will completely transform the way that you trade on horse racing in play. If you're interested in Betfair trading and you want to learn how to trade, then visit the Academy where you can do exactly that. If you want to talk to professional Betfair traders, then why not head over to our forum where you can talk to like-minded people, but you can also download additional content. And don't forget to head over to our website to download a copy of BetAngel, the cutting-edge software that will completely transform your trading. So when you're actively attempting to trade in play on horse racing, you've got a couple of major issues. The first one is camera angles, because if you've got a bunch of horses that are running towards or away from you, or at a slightly different angle on the course, then it can be difficult to interpret exactly what's going on. There have been many times I've watched a race where I thought the one horse had won it and another horse had won it instead, and it was just the angle of the camera. But more specifically, when horses are running towards you, it's actually very difficult to actually identify which one's in the lead, how far in the lead it is, and all of those sort of things. So that can actually make it very hard to specifically identify whether you should be doing a trade or not. Now, the other big problem, obviously, is the in-play delay, because this gives people a huge incentive to actually be at the course or use drones or do any trick possible to try and get fast pictures. And the delay when you place a bet in play is there because pictures that are at the actual racecourse or the event that you're actually watching has to be transmitted from that event to a satellite down to a production studio and then out again from there. So it may go out via the internet, or it could go back up to satellite and down again. A whole manner of different things could occur. And that introduces a delay to the pictures that you're seeing against people that are actually watching the event live, actually at the sports event itself. And ever since that situation has been there, people have been trying to get the fastest possible pictures because it means that they can beat the in-play delay and they can effectively see the future. However, we're going to change that with the latest version of BetAngel. And to demonstrate to you how we're going to change that, I'm going to show you a little preview of what we've done with BetAngel. Compare that to pictures that are coming off of Sky Racing, and then I'll describe exactly what we've done, why and how you can use that to your advantage within BetAngel. But yeah, let's have a look at a race and understand just how big that delay can be, especially when you include the people that actually have to operate and act upon whatever pictures they are using to manage the market. So yeah, let's have a look at this race that occurred today. So at the start at Worcester, the horses are milling around at the post. And I want you to keep your eye on 2 different things here. We've got the in-play and suspended indicator, which will appear here when the race goes in play. But I also want you to keep a look at this current miles per hour, because the horses are milling around at about 4 miles an hour. And you'll notice that when they're ready to start, this number will start to rise. And when it reaches sort of 9 miles an hour or so, you'll know that they're underway. And this is a good indication as to when the race has actually started in comparison to when Betfair actually starts the race and turn it in play. So it's an interesting thing to look at because this may change your opinion on a few things. But yeah, they're just milling around at the post. They look pretty ready, which is good to see. And we're just waiting for a little bit of activity here to indicate when the race has started. And we're not going to look at the TV pictures here. You can just see them beginning to speed up a little bit here. And there they go. And let's look over here. And it's off. But can you see how big that delay is? It's a huge difference. And obviously it varies by course and the type of racing. But there is actually quite a significant difference between when we know the race is actually has gone in play based on the telemetry data, and when Betfair actually choose to turn it in play. So yeah, that was one of the things that I sort of wanted to immediately point out to you, just to give you an idea of exactly the sort of thing that we're seeing when we're looking at these individual races and the data that come from them. So let me talk you through what you can actually see on the screen here. This is a standard one-click screen, apart from it's not standard. No one-click screen should be standard because you have the ability to modify it however you wish, and on this occasion we've added in some custom columns. And the custom columns that you can see here contain additional information that's coming straight from the race course. Now the interesting thing about the information that we've displayed here is we've just used a little bit to put on the one-click screen. But you can actually display this information on the one-click screen, the ladder. You could put some semi-automation in, you could fully automate it. You can do whatever you like with it. Basically what we've done is there are a list of things that you can actually pull in, which I will display over here. And each one of these items you can basically put into a stored value, and that means that you can display it wherever you want it on Betangel. You can even put it in through Excel and use it in there, or you could use it in the automation in Excel on your one-click screen on the ladder, all at the same time. It's up to you what you want to do and what information you want to bring in. But basically on this one-click screen that we've got here, we've got some key information. We've got the position of the runner within the race itself. Then we have the position of other runners relative to the current leader. Then we also have additional information such as the current speed of those runners and how that speed is stacking up over very short time periods. But basically, we're providing the core data live from the racecourse for you in Betangel. You can do with it whatever you want. And if you look at those average speeds, we've basically just taken the current speed and then averaged it out over a period of time. You can subtract data, which is where we get the position relative to the leader and stuff like that. But basically, there's so much that you can do. So now that you've seen this data, I know that there are going to be two immediate questions. The first one is, wow, how did you do that? And the second one will be, how can I get that information? If you want to get hold of this information, you're going to have to use Betangel version 158 or above. So if you don't have that version, you have to go to the website and download it, and then this will give you the ability to be able to bring this information in. And the way that we have achieved and got this information is we have partnered with a company called Total Performance Data. They are responsible at a number of courses in the UK and some in the US of providing all of the live data that comes off of those particular courses. They send somebody along to the course on the day of the race meeting. They have some equipment with them which they actually put into the saddle cloth of the horse itself, and that will actually monitor the activity of the horse basically as soon as it gets saddled up to when the saddle is removed at the end of the race. That data gets transmitted from the course to Betangel in about 200 milliseconds or so, and that contains all of the information that you can see that you're able to put within Betangel. Now, Total Performance Data are the official license holders of this data, so you will need to go and visit their website to get a license to be able to use it within Betangel. But we've been working with them for a large number of months, and we've also worked with them in terms of the sort of plans that are available. So whether you just want to dabble in this or you want to do it seriously, there is an option available for you. But once you get a key from Total Performance Data, you enter that key into Betangel, and then all of that data will start appearing within Betangel. It's pretty much that simple. There's no additional cost to pay within Betangel itself. You just need to get that license key from Total Performance Data, and then you can start pulling in all of the data and doing with it whatever you wish. It pretty much is that simple. I'm going to produce some videos that talk more specifically about how to set it up and so on, but we do have a number of examples on the forum and on the blog post, so I will include a couple of links in this video to get you started. But additional videos will follow where you'll see me talking through some of those options. But yeah, get a license key from Total Performance Data, use betangel 158 or higher, and then you will be able to do exactly the same as I have done in this video. So to summarize here, the latest version of betangel allows you to get very high speed in-play horse racing data from a range of courses. Currently, Total Performance Data doesn't cover all courses. That's down to the complexities of who owns courses and so on. But if you want a list of those, then visit the blog post and that you will be able to see which courses are covered. And they do cover a few courses in the US. For example, they did Del Mar at the Breeders' Cup fairly recently. But basically, once you have that key, you can plug it into betangel, and then all of that data will basically get pulled in to betangel, and then you can display all of that information where you want. And there are several advantages to this. Obviously, it's going to be much, much faster than any other means. You will get the data in about 200 milliseconds. But also think about how this influences your trading. All of a sudden, you can sort of say, I want to back or lay this horse given a certain scenario at this distance, when it's this far in front of the horse behind it, or all of these factors now come into play, excuse the pun, and they allow you to quantify your trading and be more precise about what you're going to do. You don't have to guess, you don't have to worry about camera angles, you actually have the data coming into you, and you can act upon that data and you can refine and quantify exactly what you want to do and why. It's completely transformed what I do in play, because all of a sudden now I'm working with real numbers rather than looking at pictures. And obviously there's a significant benefit in terms of timing, because you no longer have to worry about the delay between what you're looking at and what's happening on course, because you've actually got it all in front of you. And not only that, you've got really good quality data to look at as well. So yeah, I think it's a completely transformative product. I think it's going to completely change the way that people do in-play betting, and that's why I recommend that you have a play with it. I'm going to produce some additional videos, read some of the blog posts and other links, and get yourself started today. It's going to completely change the way that you trade in play.